In this video, I'm going to go over my September budget overview, going over all my expenses for this last month. Nothing really crazy happened in September, which was probably a good thing. Overall, the month went really well. We were able to stay under budget for the most part and really put a little money into our savings. We've been really busy with work, and our family has been a little under the weather with allergies and lots of sinus issues. So we've been really chill this past month, and that's been a good thing because it's really helped our budget. So I am a Google Sheet budgeter. I put all my numbers here in this spreadsheet. I actually have this spreadsheet in my Etsy shop. If you're interested, I have made some updates since this. I created this spreadsheet. If you want to look at the new one, you can go to my last video, my October budget with me, and see what the spreadsheet looks like now. But this one really works out for me, specifically with the weekly check-ins, allowing us to check in each week to make sure we're staying under budget, because this is a monthly budget template. So the first thing I do when I do these budget overviews is start with my income. So zooming in over to our top left. So for our income for the month of September, I budgeted $5,750, but we actually received $5,846, which is a difference of $96 more than what I originally budgeted. So the reason why I budgeted this low number is because we have a lot of things taken out of our paycheck each month, including our health insurance, taxes, of course, my pension, retirement, HSA, giving, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but the main expense, well, one expense is our childcare. So through my job, they provide childcare services, and it does come out of my paycheck. Childcare is not very cheap, so it is pretty expensive. So while I did get a pay raise in the month of September, I also got a not so much pay raise because I had to start paying for childcare for the newborn. I was already paying for childcare for the toddler, but the newborn went into effect in September. So I wasn't sure how much it was going to be. I had a rough idea, and it was about this amount, this $58.46, but I went ahead and budgeted around $100 less just in case, which I'm glad I did because I had to work with that low number when I first made the budget. So yeah, $58.46 is our total. I didn't have any extra income this month. We haven't sold anything. We really have been not doing so well on our side hustles and extra income. So let's see what we spent, going down to our expenses for the month of September. First, I start with my fixed expenses. These are the expenses that don't really change that much from month to month. So these are mainly just our monthly bills. So the first one is our mortgage. I budgeted $2,600. $26 came out. It's actually a little bit less than this. I like just to put in the whole number and just pay a little bit toward our principal. It's not much at all. Next is our van payment, $465. I actually did have it set at $465 just to pay that couple dollar difference, but I never could get it to work. So it's just the $462.81 that came out. So technically I was under budget there, but not really, because I knew what it was going to be. Water was, I budgeted $115, but it was actually $117.06. I usually get the bill in advance, so I don't know why I didn't put the right amount, but it was only a couple dollars off. Next is my Apple storage. I budgeted 10. It was $9.99. Next is internet standard 65.55. So that's what came out. Next is electric. Again, I get this the month before, so I know what it's going to be the next month, which is really great. Let me tell you. Okay, so that because my water and my electric are the ones that are a bit variable, that do change from month to month, but at least I know what they are the prior month when I set my budget to make these budget with me's a lot easier. So I knew it was going to be $276.41. That's how much it came out. And this is a little bit on the high end. That's because we do have a little house for our dogs outside that is heated and cooled. So ever since we've done that, it has made our electric bill go up. Next is cell phone. I budgeted 98. It was $96.60. This one does change a couple cents or $1 or so each month. I just go with it. Anyway, I was under budget there by $1.40. 43B, 94, 93, 79 came out. I wish I could make that a whole number, but I can't. Life insurance, $30. 29.43 came out. Trash is a standard $27 every month. And then my Ritual subscription, which is my subscription for multivitamins, that is $39. This is one thing I was going to cut out of the budget whenever I was trying to cut expenses. But I feel like budgeting for health saves you money in the long run. And I do really enjoy and like these multivitamins. I've tried cheaper ones like at Costco, and I just couldn't stand the smell of them. So these are the ones that work for me now. So I'm going to continue using those. Next is our variable expenses. These are the ones that change from month to month and week to week, and the ones that I check in my weekly check-ins to make sure that we are not going over. The first one is food. I budgeted $1,000 and we spent $1,007.97. So technically over budget by $7.97, but I will take that. I will take that any day. Food is one of those things you really easily go over. This is also includes eating out, fast food, vending machines. So I'm really happy about this. I almost didn't go over. It's just the last day of the month. I picked up the girls and they were really hungry, and I knew that they weren't, by the time we got home and I cooked them dinner, that they were going to be starving. So I went ahead and just stopped by McDonald's and got them some McDonald's. If I didn't make that McDonald's purchase, then I would have been under budget, but it's okay because it's only $7.97 I went over. Next is gas and car. I budgeted $200. I spent $173.13, so I'm under budget there by $26.87. Household, I budgeted $50. I didn't spend anything this month, which is great, but I already know I'm going to be making more household purchases in October because I already have those items in my cart for Costco ready to be ordered. Miscellaneous, I budgeted $100. I spent $112.43, so I'm technically over budget there by $12.43. And this is for things that we actually did need. I just forgot to budget for, but I'm glad we do have a miscellaneous. Pups, I budgeted $75. I spent $62.70, so I was $12.36 under budget there. Kids, I budgeted $150. I only spent $50.73, and I think it was because I didn't have to buy diapers this month, and I went to our shop and found a box or multiple boxes of diapers from the baby shower that I didn't use, so I was able to utilize those. But I probably will have to buy them diapers, maybe not for another month or so. Yeah, so this $50 was just for clothes for the newborn because he had grown out of everything and I had to buy him some new ones. But we were under budget by $99.27. Next is beauty. I budgeted $45. I didn't spend anything, although I did get my nails done, but I took that out of my personal money, which you'll see here in a second. Medical, I budgeted $60. I spent $190.17. And the reason why I'm over budget here is because I need to switch some of my accounts over to my HSA account. So any money that comes out, I need it to come out of my HSA because I have so much money saved there. And so it's best utilized, or it's best if I utilize that money in that account rather than cash flow from our everyday budget because I have quite a bit of money saved in my HSA. I do have some invested, actually have more invested, but I do have some in cash to pull out as needed. So I'm under budget, or I'm over budget there by $130.17. For fun, I budgeted $25. I didn't spend anything, so I still have $25 remaining. Gifts, I budgeted $40. I spent $61.39. Whenever I was cutting the budget, this is one of the things I had to cut. So, but I'm going to bump it back up for next month. So it was over budget there by $21.39. Personal spending, I budgeted $85. I spent $88.37, so I'm technically $3.37 over budget, and I'm okay with that. Again, this was getting my nails done, and I think I bought some savings challenges off Etsy. Next is my savings. I budgeted $100 to go into savings because of the money that I didn't budget for my income and the money that I saved from my variable expenses. I was able to put $180 more toward this than I originally budgeted. So this is what I'm like super happy about. I was able to do that. So one thing that I saw another YouTuber do, Katie of the House, she took the money left over from her sinking funds, or sorry, from her variable expenses and put them into sinking funds. Like for example, fun, we didn't spend anything in fun. So she would make a sinking fund for fun. So I was thinking about doing something like that. So in case for 1 month we get crazy and go way over budget, then we have a sinking fund to cover those things. So just an idea I'm playing with. I think it'll be super helpful in the future. Next is debt. If you didn't watch my October budget with me, I went over a little bit about my student loans, but to make a long story short, essentially, I owed $8,200 before the forbearance. I actually owed a lot more than that, but I got it down to $8,200. Paid them off in November 2020. Then in September 2022, I decided to take the money back out since that was an option. And also since loan cancellation was on the table, I thought I would just keep that money until they figured out what they're doing and have it in a high yield savings account earning interest. It's still in that account earning interest. And so now that October is rolling around and student loan payments are starting up, I have that money now to pay them off. But I also found out that I qualify for the public service loan forgiveness. it'll save me maybe possibly a couple grand, but then I essentially have to pay the rest off. But right now, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I still have time to decide because I figured the interest that I am having to pay on my student loan right now versus the interest I'm earning in my high yield savings account definitely cancel each other out. But I have a little bit of time to figure out what I want to do with that money and how I want to go about doing it. If I can save a couple grand, I feel like that's in my best interest. But at the same time, I just want to be done with them and not have to worry about them or lose any brain power, energy power thinking about them anymore. You'll see more on that in my future budgets because I will have to include them because they are going to be part of my payments. So for my fixed expenses, I budgeted $3,819.96. I spent $8,817.64, so a couple dollars difference. It usually doesn't change that much just because I usually know exactly what these numbers are going to be. Variable expenses, I budgeted $1,830. And thankfully, I only spent $1,746.89. So I am $83.11 under budget. I don't think I've been under budget in my variable expenses in, I don't even know the last time, honestly. It's been so many months. And then a huge win here, my savings, I budgeted 100. I was able to put 280 to my savings, so that's $100 or $180 difference, and I couldn't be happier about that progress. Now I still have $1.47 left to work with. I'm just going to leave it in my checking account as a buffer. Just because I don't want to really move this money, $1.47. I don't want to have to mess with cents whenever I go to transfer money around in my accounts. And then I have my sinking fund tracker that I have not updated because obviously I have $280 here, but only $100 is allocated. So I think I'm going to do something a little different with this in my next month budget. So I'll update those numbers to reflect how much I have saved there. Looking at my dashboard up at the top, the one thing I do want to point out is more money was able to go to my savings than what I actually budgeted for. So that is definitely a win here. So I originally budgeted 1.7% to go to my savings, and I was actually able to put almost 5%. So yay. Again, it's kind of crazy. Back a year ago, we were putting thousands of dollars towards savings every month. And now, I mean, even just 280 is just like mind blowing right now, just because of the state that we're in. In all actuality, whether you put $2 a month, $20 a month, $2,000 a month, anything is better than nothing. And it's all about consistency and progress. So for my monthly goals, my first goal was to stay under budget. I usually don't check this just because if I go over in any variable category, I feel like I didn't stay under budget. But for this month, I'm going to click this because I feel really good about it. We stayed under our variable expenses and our fixed expenses. So I take that as a win. My video check-ins, I actually did not video my check-ins, but I did do my check-ins. So I'm going to count that too. Start a savings challenge. I have several savings challenges now. I've not started one, but that's my goal this next month is to start them. I have a week off, so I'm really looking forward to start doing those. And then I still have not read the one book. I've been on the same book for like 2 months now. So I'm hoping as the year progresses and we get into the end of the year, I can start getting into my reading habit again. So I have mixed feelings about these goals. Sometimes I feel like I make really easy goals because I want quick wins. But at the same time, I feel like my goals are too easy and I want more rigorous goals, but I'm not hitting the easy goals I'm creating. So I don't know. It's just about finding a balance, I think. And that's what I'm trying to do. So there it is. There's my September budget overview. Again, I'm really excited about how September went. But at the same time, I am ready for October and I'm ready to start saving for Christmas and start budgeting for Christmas and all the holidays. So let me know in the comments below how your September went. How is your year going? I look forward to talking to you guys. I hope you guys have a great month and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.